Quick post-fight toss to Daniel Dubois versus Razvan Cojanu. Dubois knocks out Cojanu in the second round. Dubois looked quite good in this fight, in my opinion. I think he looked a little bit faster than I've seen him before. That being said, I did feel as though he smothered his work a little bit in the first round, which I'll touch on now in a sec. Cojanu, I didn't see him versus Gorman, but the BT Sport commentators were explaining basically that Cojanu was very negative against Gorman, and that against Dubois he was 9 pounds lighter and trained a lot harder. Was training in Monaco, which kind of indicated that he was taking this fight a bit more serious. Now, Dubois came out in the first round through a couple of good shots. I think he waited a little bit too long in the first round to really let the shots go. And, I think Cojanu kind of maybe, was kind of feeling maybe we're in for a long night, I would imagine, because I think that's the kind of way Dubois was seeing things, was very, almost slow to get off with the shots. And then when he was getting off with the shots in the first round, he was smothering them a bit. But the one thing I picked up was that he was going out to the body. Now, Cojanu had his trunks up very high and he had his fell protector up very high. And Dubois was warned in the second round for hitting the blow. Now, that shot he was warned for was genuine. It was a good bit below the belt. But Dubois then caught Cojanu up on the ropes. He hit him. They looked low on the camera, on the feed I was watching it on. But when you watch the slow motion replay, they were legit body shots. One was on the belt line, but the belt line was up quite high, and that brought the gloves down of Razvan Cojanu. And Dubois caught him with a left hook, and Cojanu was gone. He wasn't out cold, but he went down awkwardly, and you could tell he wasn't getting up. Could he have got up? Possibly, but I think that I think he was concussed enough that he would have stayed down regardless. So it was a good performance from Daniel Dubois. He got rid of Cojanu a lot quicker than Gorman did, and he looked pretty good along the way. I know a few people said that Gorman didn't look amazing against Cojanu, but obviously I didn't see that, so I can't make a judgment on that. But Dubois looked good. I'm one person who feels that he was very harshly criticised against in his last fight against Kevin Johnson. That maybe the critic went a bit overboard and saying, Dubois can't punch, he can't do this. Look, when someone's that negative and they only want to survive, they can survive. Dubois, I've said before, I rate him quite highly. I did a video about top 5 prospects. I had him number 5 in it. And, they're discussing the possibility of a fight against Nathan Gorman. And should that fight happen, I would definitely be picking Daniel Dubois to win that fight. I think Dubois has just been I've been a bit more impressed with Dubois than I have been with Nathan Gorman. That's not to say Nathan Gorman's not a good fighter, he is. And I'm sure that Nathan Gorman definitely could win that fight. But if that fight happens in the next year, I think I'll be going with Daniel Dubois to win that fight. I've always felt a little bit more impressed by Daniel Dubois. This fight was no exception. Very good performance from Daniel Dubois. Be interested to see who he fights next. And leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what you thought. And I'm going to keep going with these videos. We have Liam Williams coming up next. I think that's followed by Anthony Yarde. So far this card's been quite decent, so I'll keep it up, and I will talk to you after.